Hey guys, welcome to the lab. We're back with some more exclusive content. We are in the lab today with Alex Wong. Alex, how are you doing today?
Yo, what's going on? Thanks for having me, Hat God. We were
Nah.
just, we
You
were
don't need
just,
to do that.
no, we're doing this. So I was just chatting with you off air before you hit record because I want to know a little bit more about, you and this subculture that you're in. And in my head, I was like, Leon's probably got like maybe 1,000 hats. Maybe he'll tell me you have like 1,500. And what was the number that you told me when I asked you?
Well, I haven't really counted, but I'm guessing it's 6,000 to 7,000.
Oh man, no, I wasn't familiar with your game, bro. I didn't know. I didn't know it was that deep. And I know you're here to talk to me, but I got a lot of questions for you, man. Like, how long have you been like in this in terms of just like loving hats? Like, I listened to your pod with John Ratner on
Mhm.
Sneaker Dad, so I know a little bit about your backstory. But in terms of just like collecting, like this has to be over a long period of time.
Yeah. I think like serious collecting, I got really into it again. 2016 when the Raptors hosted the All-Star game, and we had a lot of like local stuff
Mm,
that was exclusive to us, and that kind of kick-started it like heavy. But I've always wore hats as a kid, and you know wore them to play baseball, and wanted to. I was the crazy hat guy in the group for sure. For anyone I've ever known, I've just always been known to have a lot, and then yeah, it really spiraled out of control during probably pandemic, leading up to the pandemic. Yeah.
yeah, no, it's kind of crazy because like I mean, recently I actually had to send a photo to like the Raptors like media team because like they need a headshot of you to like give you your credential and stuff.
Hmm.
And like they don't let you like it has to be like something without a hat. Like you have to get a photo with like your hair because they don't want it's like a passport photo. You can't have your
Yeah.
hat
Yeah.
blocking it. And I was going through my phone and like I had to go back like 11 months to find a photo of me like without a hat or a toque. And that's when I kind of realized that I guess like for most of my adult life too, like I just been rocking hats like a lot.
Yeah.
Like obviously I don't have that kind of passion like you and a lot of people in that community in terms of like the collecting, but like yeah, it just made me realize that yeah, like there's a lot of people, I think yourself, like myself too, like a lot of us just roll through life like we're just always rocking hats. Like I don't know the last time like I like like had to look nice or something, probably for someone's wedding or something, but like
Mhm.
day-to-day life I'm always rocking hats.
Yeah. I think we first connected was because of hats. Um, Will Lou, your co-host on the Will Lou show, the Raptor show.
Yeah.
There's this running joke that his head is so big that he can never find a hat, and I randomly someone sent me a hat that was labeled for them 7.5, but it was massive.
Hmm,
So I
hmm.
put that hat on, and it was too big for me. So I was like, well, if Will Lou got the head of all heads, I got to send him this hat. So I ended up DMing his Instagram at the time, which you ghost ran for him, which now he took over, I guess.
He has
But
taken over. He has
yeah,
taken over. He got too many followers to the point where I was like, I can't be answering DMs of people that want to like be a part of your personal life. Like it's kind
yeah,
of weird. So, but yeah, no, I remember you like you were so kind. You sent us two hats. If I remember correctly, the one you sent Will was like a Cincinnati Reds hat.
yeah,
Like he got the Reds hat. The thing with Will is like this big head guy that we're talking about. If people don't know, like he just doesn't wear hats. Like
yeah,
it's just hard for him. Like sometimes I get him like snapbacks and stuff, and like the thing will just literally snap on the back. Like he can't even like strap it on. No, that sounded crazy. But then and then you sent me a Jays hat too, which I rock like in a pretty regular rotation too. It's got like that little pink brim
mhm,
with the sick Jays logo and like a 25th anniversary patch on the side. So, no, I appreciate it for that, man. I appreciate a good hat, and it's crazy. I think about growing up too, like obviously super into like the new era, like MLB like official hats and stuff. And like growing up, I used to always hate like when I started seeing different colorways, like non-on-field colorways.
yeah,
Like I would start hating on them because I was like, man, if you're gonna wear a Yankees cap, it's got to be that classic navy official on field. Same with the Jays. It's like you got to rock the blue. And it's like that's just changed over time. Like obviously seeing the way hats have exploded and stuff, it's become such a cool like canvas for just like creativity.
Yeah,
And like just checking out your page and like some of the other hat collectors pages and stuff, it's really super cool seeing like the stuff that you guys come up with, because like you guys are just like designers. Like you guys are really creative designers in a way of how you guys put together these hats.
I think it comes a lot from the sneaker world. So like
Hmm.
there just became this obsession with matching sneakers with hats, head to toe.
Hmm.
And then as the sneaker colors got crazier, people needed different things to kind of hook their fits basically. So, if like a crazy teal came out or whatever, and you didn't mess with Arizona Diamondbacks, then people started making hats to kind of match that. Like the first guy obviously is Spike Lee. He
Mm.
requested the red Yankee hat back, I think '99 or whatever. He
Hmm.
wanted like a red Yankee hat and with a 9-6 patch, and it had been such a weird request. It hadn't been done before. So from then, that kind of sparked the change to custom like fitted fashion wear, and then yeah, now it's just exploded to you
Yeah.
can hook anything. And New Era has a lot of issues with it. Sometimes leagues get upset, like if you do like a Chicago White Sox and a Chicago Bulls colorway, they get really upset. But at the end of the day, we spoke about this off air a little bit with the different logos and licensing issues. Sometimes you can't, excuse me. Sometimes you can't get the Bulls to make a hat in green or blue, or you can't get the right logo. So then you end up having to use the MLB logo and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's kind of crazy because like obviously sometimes I look at what's on like, Hat Club and like some of these websites, and I'm sure, everyone's seen too like brands like ALD like taking
Mm-hmm.
like the Yankees and Dodgers hats and kind of, running with some of the signature colorways and stuff. And I think even OVO recently dropped like a batch of hats too, right? Like they
Yeah,
added their own little branding on it too. Yeah, some of those hats are pretty cool, man. So it's cool. It's cool seeing all the branching out and stuff. It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of surprising me. You talk about the colorways and stuff. I guess I understand why New Era and these companies might have an issue with it, but it's like flipping the colors between those hometown teams and like showing love that way. I think it's like such a cool thing to do.
yeah, for sure. It's all to do with money and royalties, and sometimes if you hook something that's like a sponsor or like not a
Mm.
sponsor, the team will get upset. It's like, all right, well, Tim Hortons isn't our sponsor to the Blue Jays, but if you did a Tim Hortons Blue Jays, it just makes a lot of sense. Just stuff like that, you know. But yeah, so we came in to kind of promote a couple things for you. Number one, I haven't got my copy yet, but I did go to a book launch. No problem. But
Yeah.
um,
Here's
many
here's a
time
book.
author.
Here,
So
we'll both show a book
yeah,
here, okay? Yeah.
shameless
So
plug for you.
shameless plug.
Um,
Yeah.
can you tell us a little bit about your journey as a writer and kind of what got you started in sports journalism?
Yeah, for sure, man. So, I grew up in Hong Kong. My parents, my family, my older sister and I immigrated to Toronto. We grew up in Markham when I was 8 years old. So we came here in like '92. Went to school here and went to university, studied business, and then like pretty typical kind of like Asian career in terms of like I was an accountant. Like I got my CPA, chartered accounting license. I worked at an accounting firm, Ernst and Young on Bay Street, and that was pretty much like a lot of my 20s, man. Like I spent like about 7 or 8 years in that field. Ended up bouncing around a few jobs, but the whole time I wasn't very like inspired, and I always saw myself as like a creative person, but growing up just never really thought to that like covering sports or like writing about basketball was like something that was like feasible for someone who like looked like me. So but I think as the online world started to expand and I saw like people around me getting opportunities and like becoming writers and like leaving their jobs, like it felt like something that was doable. But it wasn't until I was like 27, 28 when I got laid off at my last job because our company had some restructuring, eliminated my job, that I decided to like quit my career full time and really just jump into giving myself a chance to become a writer. So I actually moved to New York at the time. I was married at the time, and my ex-wife had gotten a job in New York, so I moved there with her, and I gave myself about 6 months to a year to try to make it. And there's I hustle really hard, but it's also like I always like thank a lot of people. Like I was in the right place at the right time. A lot of people hooked me up. Like I was recommended to like an editor at Complex and started working with them. I was recommended to Dime Magazine, started blogging for them, and then someone at Slam like noticed me and gave me a chance. And then eventually those opportunities just started stacking up. So like I did a lot of cool stuff there in New York, and then I moved back here in 2016. And then since 2016, I've been obviously way more immersed in the Raptor space. That's always been my favorite team growing up. So covered them at different places. Now I'm at Sportsnet, and then got to a point where I was able to pitch a few ideas for books, like the one that you held up for, cover story that I wrote a few years ago. And then of course now with Prehistoric about the origin story of the Raptors. So yeah, that's kind of the summarized version of kind of, my career path.
Yeah, and it's just really cool, kind of getting to see the city kind of celebrate you. I attended your event at our alma mater down in U of T, and I don't know if you know this, but the hat you're wearing makes me really jealous because they never stocked it in my size, and it's the only hat ever that they've made 5950 fitted.
Oh man, well it's
Yeah.
funny because so the book launch, for people that don't know, obviously we're at the University of Toronto Goring Center, and super appreciate you for coming through. But yeah, I was actually at their basketball game last night. It was their home
Mhm.
opener, and they were selling these hats. Yeah, they were selling these hats.
Yeah, but
Like
they never
yeah,
they
but they don't
never
have it in your
stock them.
size.
They never stock them above, I think, 3/4. I've been
Oh
watching them
man.
like hawks. Yeah,
Okay,
and it's the
let me.
only hat in the system. Funny story. I actually tried to
Oh,
get a Blue Jay version with the U of T on the side, and it got
oh,
rejected.
let
So
me.
shout out to U of T.
No, message. Definitely remind me after.
Yeah.
Obviously got a few connections now at the University of Toronto.
Hmm.
Let's see if it's something that we can make happen for you in your size. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
definitely remind me. Yeah, if you're, we can help each other secure
Yeah.
hats. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one I've been eyeing for years. But yeah, I made a try because we're working on this series where it's like NBA and I'm not NBA, MLB and NCAA schools.
That's awesome, man.
So since I went to U of T and I'm from Toronto, it makes a lot of sense. The U of T Toronto one. Drake did the OVO U of T collab, and
Sure.
I thought why not mix the Blue Jays and thing, but it got rejected real
Ah,
quick.
man, that's real cool. Actually, now that I think about it, it's like I know it's kind of niche, but it's like, man, like thinking about just like Canadian university sports and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
Carleton's known as a powerhouse like basketball school. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of cool stuff that can be done in terms of like hats.
yeah. I don't know, like when it's like ancient history now, but when I went to U of T, they didn't have athletic scholarships. Is that still the case? They don't
Man,
do.
that's a good question. I actually am not sure too. Like, I'm not that deep into like the University of Sports. I wouldn't be surprised though. I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised if that's the case. Yeah,
yeah. Well, they
merch is
filled the
good
arena
though.
once for you at least.
Oh
So
no, no, it was fun, man. It was super fun. It was super fun to like you said, celebrate with the community, man. That's
yeah.
honestly what it's all about, man.
Yeah, I didn't get too much time with you that day, which is fine. But I wore a very special hat. I don't know if you peeped it, but this is what I wore uh, to the event here. So it's got the
Oh
Serge
shoot.
Ibaka logo
Yo, this is
thing.
a how
So
hungry are you at?
yeah,
Wait, did you hold on, man? Did you make this?
yeah. Well, yeah, maybe. But anyway,
This is this
I
is
gotta
like
get you
a
one of these.
this is like a whole story? Yeah.
Well, I know you worked on it on the show as a producer.
I
We could talk about
know.
that, but
I'm
yeah, this is
like
what I wore to your book launch.
not even to name drop. Like I'm like having dinner with his manager this week, and
Show Jordy.
man, yeah, shouts to Jordy, man. Like we gotta get Serge one of these hats, man.
Yeah, we're gonna
Like
get Serge one. We'll get the whole team set up. But yeah,
holy,
the how hungry you
I'm blown
is
away by this, man.
Larry Ob.
Okay, I definitely didn't clock it when I said what up to you, but holy, this is
Yeah,
why you have 7,000 hats, man. If
yeah,
you've got
pretty much.
if you've got a how hungry are you hat in your collection, that's how I know you definitely have thousands of hats, man.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've been following you a long time. You talked about it a little bit. Like you didn't have a lot of representation kind of going into it. And then I think you and Will are really important in that
Mm,
sense that you guys always put on for the Asians. And
mm.
um, I'm not used to, well, now I'm used to seeing you guys on TV, but that wasn't always the case, to kind of watch you guys jump from um, like Raptors Republic to Yahoo to
Yeah,
now
we were Yahoo
Sportsnet.
before. Hmm.
They unfortunately cut you guys off the YouTube stream. We got to work on that, but
Yeah, no,
you guys, you
no,
guys are
no,
on cable
no
TV.
comment, no comment. I can't,
Yeah.
I can't be fired from my job
No, no, no. Don't
while
get
making
fired on your
hats.
day off.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't get fired on your day off. I'm just gonna say I enjoyed the YouTube stream a lot.
Yeah, I
Um,
will say I also enjoy the YouTube stream a lot, and that's
yeah,
the end of my statement. Yeah.
yeah. It's almost
Mhm.
impossible to find the show on the YouTube channel as well. So we got to get you guys a playlist.
Yes.
I'm pivoting for that now.
Also no comment on that one. Yeah.
But yeah, just following your podcast a lot, and then now is into a nationally syndicated show. Like that's amazing. Like to kind of watch you guys grow from that has been really really fun for me at least.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like I super appreciate you even saying that, and it's something that like Will and I talk about a lot. Just for people obviously that don't know, like Will's also Chinese background, both of us, and it's for us we always talk about just like maintaining that in terms of like the representation, and what it means, and not forgetting that like there's a lot of people out there, whether they're doing their own creative things like yourself, or there's possibly people out there who want to get into sports journalism and do what we do. Like it's so meaningful to so many people at like different levels, right? Like, and it's like one of the coolest things about doing the show is like connecting with people like yourself, and like connecting with like different age groups and like different demographics. Like it's so amazing the people that we'll run into at events, or people that just we just like see on the street. It's like sometimes it's like a 60-year-old lady, Chinese lady, who's like been following the Raptors her whole life, and she's like, oh, like I recognize you guys. Like it's so cool what you guys are doing. So I think the main thing for us, it's like there's always going to be challenges whenever you're on like bigger and bigger platforms, even like a Sportsnet. But it's like kind of staying true too, right? Like we didn't want to get these bigger platforms and be able to do bigger things and then kind of lose who we are. And a lot of times, there's a lot of battles you have to fight, like kind of behind the scenes and just within this industry. And I think across any industry, when you're minorities in this space. But I'm very lucky to have, Will by my side in terms of us working together. I think being able to just navigate those barriers and challenges together has been one thing that I've come to really appreciate a lot, because it's a lot easier to fight those battles together than like if we were just one person fighting it alone.
Yeah, and even like for you to kind of put your like money where your mouth is, so to speak, but like have like just a small thing as donating all of the proceeds to that event to go to Indigenous and Black students. Like that's such a small thing that shouldn't ever really go overlooked. It's just like you're really doing it and you're really putting it out there and trying to do the give backs and all that. That's just awesome.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. It's crazy, and it's like no disrespect to the scholarship fund, but it's like it's something that I didn't even give two thoughts about in terms of like not like that was bad, but it's just like when the school proposed this event to me, I was just like I want this to go to a good cause, and they told me they proposed this to me, and like it wasn't no second thought, right? It was like yeah, it's done, like it's done. It's I also can't be like going on our show bragging about like my generational wealth and stuff, and then not give back to the community. That
Mhm.
would be too inconsistent. So for me, it's just I find joy in doing a lot of this stuff. I think making money is important. You want to be financially stable. You want to know your self worth. But when you do get an opportunity to kind of be able to give back in these ways, like however small, however big they feel like to other people, like I feel like that's really important too.
Yeah, that's awesome. In addition to kind of covering the NBA, you've covered various aspects of culture. So, like, you've covered sneakers, hats, independent comics. What kind of like helps you balance these interests between covering culture and sports?
Hmm. Yeah, I think this is another thing. It's like when I first got into the sports writing industry, like I was trying so hard to just break in. Like I was trying so hard to like carve out a space. So I was just like focused on basketball at all times, because it was like basketball is the thing I want to do. I want to cover the NBA. I want to tell these stories. But once I got to the point where I felt a bit more comfortable and felt like I had like quote unquote like made it in terms of like getting the respect of like, editors and other writers and stuff, like I really wanted to use that to really like start writing about stuff that I really cared about. And what I really care about, like you mentioned, is more than just like about basketball. So then like, I reach out to like Fantagraphics, like an independent like comic book publisher, and like wrote an oral history about them, for or I reviewed a book about their oral history for like Complex, and then I reached out to like GQ, and it was like, hey, like Raekwon has a new album coming out. Why don't we talk to him? I remember talking to Cameron for like GQ as well, and it's like some of that was just satisfying things that I wanted to check off my list, of like, oh, I grew up loving hip hop. If I got a chance to talk to these people, like, why wouldn't I do that? And you mentioned like sneakers as well. Like, there was like a brief period of time when I was doing a lot of work for GQ that I was like, quote unquote, on that kind of like A-list kind of like influencer list, where they're like flying me out to like Vegas for their like Jordan launches, and like they put you up in a suite. They bring you to this like private court to hoop with all the like sneaker influencers that you guys all know, and that it's like you wake up the next morning, there's a pair of bread ones in your size like waiting for you at the door. So I was like, man, this stuff is pretty sweet too. But it's like, being able to even like tell stories when you get into sneakers. Like I remember I wrote this feature about just like how much the foam posit meant, to like a segment of like sneakerheads. It's like no matter what I get into, I'm always about the storytelling. Like how can I tell stories that people might not know about, or how can I spotlight people? And that's always been like super important to me, and like that's never been lost across like all these different things that I do. So it's been super cool. It's been super cool, to kind of have those other opportunities as well.
Yeah, you also did a feature in the Star that kind of played on Blue Jays fans' internal
Oh,
dilemma.
yeah. I should have
Right?
talked to you about that, man. That was my bad.
Nah, it's
Mhm,
all good. You featured
mhm.
Leslie. Leslie's cool.
Yeah, that's
Super
right,
fan.
Leslie. Yeah, she probably
Yeah.
has 1,000 hats too. I feel like she's getting up there. She's
Yeah.
getting up there. But yeah,
Right.
so this was a story I did earlier this year. It's an idea I've always wanted to do. It was basically talking to Blue Jays fans and people in the city, some designers too, and just like casual fans, of whether it was okay to wear the Yankees hat, in Toronto. Because this is just a casual debate. I'm sure you've had this too. It's just like,
Yeah.
because the Yankees and the Red Sox are such, division rivals here, and the Yankees hat especially, because it's become just like a fashion thing, right? Like, so many people in the city just wear Yankees hats, but sometimes you get hated on. Like I remember, because I work, right now I work for a Rogers company, at Sportsnet, and they own the Blue Jays. Like, there's been times where I rock a Yankees hat on air, and like Will send me the comments, and guys will be like, I can't believe we have to listen to this traitor talk about Toronto sports, and I'm like, oh my god, I just thought it just matched my sweater today. Like, it's not even anything more than that. So like,
Yeah.
I was so curious about that, just because people have such hyper opinions about it, that I thought it'd be like a cool feature, to do. And like even now, like I'm kind of self conscious. Like I've got the classic like Navy Yankees cap. I got a fresh one, a new era one in my closet. I haven't worn that for like a year and a half. Every time I reach for it, I'm like, man, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, man. I'm gonna someone's gonna snap a photo of me, and people are gonna hate on this so hard. Yeah, so it's a whole
Yeah.
thing, man.
It's tough, right? Because sports is so tribal. I think with
Hmm.
MLB, it's becoming a little bit less because people more more look at that as a fashion piece, just because of like the influence with hip hop and stuff
Hmm.
like that. And even like the way that the logos are built in baseball, most of the time they prioritize the city. So like Yankees is
Yeah,
not a Y,
yeah,
it's an NY. So you think New York and LA with the Dodgers and stuff like that. That's
yeah.
why.
I mean, fandom like that is funny because it's like, I was rocking like a throwback Griffey like Mitchell and Ness Mariners jersey for a bit last summer, or before the summer. And then I had to put away all Seattle Mariners stuff after the
Hmm.
Mariners came back against the Jays in the wild card series, because it's just like I just didn't feel comfortable wearing that around the city, as if I was like making a statement, like celebrating the Blue Jays collapse.
Yeah.
So it's like I had to put that away for a little bit. So yeah, it's like it's kind of funny. It's like, on one hand it's not that serious, but then on the other hand it is kind of serious.
Yeah. It's just something I always dealt with too because Toronto wouldn't always get the cool releases. So like in
Mm,
Japan, I had like a plug in Japan that'd be able to get me like stuff, but whenever they would drop capsules, it'd be very rare that the Toronto would be included. So if I wanted a dark one, it would have to be in New York, or if I wanted a blue one, it would have to be LA. So you really had no choice. So sometimes, yeah, like the on field stuff, it makes sense if you're, you just got to kind of be conscious of like if we're playing them, then yeah, there's no way you're wearing it. But any other time, it's fine, right? Like that's how I kind of look at it. But yeah, playoffs and game nights, try to wear the home team only. But
yeah.
at the end of the day, it's like that team also plays in the league, and they have talent too. Like everyone's trying to win. Like
Of
you know,
course. And I think at the end of the day, it's like, someone like you would obviously appreciate. It's like a lot of these logos, you're able to put them obviously in different colorways on hats, and it's like it's just fashion. It's just
yeah,
fashion, like like I hate the Yankees. I always root against the Yankees, but like I appreciate their logo. Like I
yeah,
appreciate their hats. Like to me, that's the best hat in like all of sports, if you were to ask me. Like I think it's just there's so much tradition just within that hat. And it's such a simple design that it just like really works. And then on the flip side, I'm like, I have never thought twice about wearing a Red Sox hat because I just don't think their logo is that cool. So it's like the Red Sox I don't really think about, but then somehow it's like the Yankees. It's like this thing that I have to like give so much thought to.
yeah. I mean, it might be the love of hip hop too, right? You're just so used to seeing.
Oh, without a doubt, man. It's like
Yeah.
Jay-Z talking about the Yankees cap. You talk about Spike Lee. Like I remember, I think it was like Double XL, one of those like hip hop magazines had like all like the main members of the Wu-Tang on one of their covers. Like they were at Yankee Stadium, like all wearing the jerseys and the hats. And that was like one of the coolest things that I ever saw. So like, oh, definitely. Like I think growing up on hip hop and stuff was like a huge influence of like, oh, the Yankees hat is just like this symbol of just like New York. And also, I'm like, man, I lived there for like 4 years, man. I could rep that. I rep the Yankees hat real safely when I was there in New York. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
finally, none of these Toronto people are gonna come up to me and give me a hard time. So,
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Um, Thank you for doing that. Now let's get into the main event. So
mhm.
let's build some hats.
No, let's do it, bro. Let me pull up. Let
So
me pull up these notes, man. I've been diligently trying to come up with some notes because I know I'm working with an expert here, so I know I'm in good hands though. Yeah.
yeah. So what are we building for you today?
Okay, so I've got like three, maybe four things that we can
All right.
try to do. So the first one I want to do, I think I sent this to you over the weekend. I want to do a Realtree camo hat,
Mm-hmm.
with either a brown or black brim, depending on how it looks.
Okay.
Um, and then I've got to get your opinion on this. So I want this to be a Jays hat. Um, and I'm debating between the OG Jays logo,
Mm-hmm.
the one with the muscle Jays, the muscle Jays guy, and or like that T logo that they had like in like 2004ish.
All right. Cool.
I'm trying to get your opinion on like what you think might look the best for that kind of.
Um. All right. Well, let me real quick. Let me build the hat for you first because the real
Hmm.
tree is a little bit more annoying.
Hmm.
So let me get this done first. Um. Well, do you have a favorite patch? Because the patch will affect my answer.
Yeah.
Basically.
The patch I'm not like super picky about. So
Okay. Because the patch will affect. Oops. The patch will affect my answer to
mhm.
which logo we use. So basically, if you want to go old school, Jays, the best patch is the 92, 93 World Series. I'll pull them
Yep.
all up for you.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so if we're going World Series, I think the 92, 93 is one of the better um, World Series logos,
Okay.
but it just got spammed so many times because they
Yeah.
kept it. I think it's the same one from 92 all the way to 97,
Right.
but that's the best looking one.
Are you able to bring that screen so then, or am I supposed
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do
yeah.
something
No,
on my
no,
end?
I
Yeah.
can make you bigger.
Oh, there we go.
I was just stalling because it was a blank. It was a blank screen. It was a blank screen. So
shoot.
let me pull up World
This
Series.
is sick
right?
already, bro. I know the Realtree's been popping lately, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all right, I'm on trend, man. I love chasing trends with the kids. Yeah.
Yeah, people are gonna be like, "Yo, how'd you?
It's like,
Where'd
how'd
you
you
get
know?
that?
How'd you
Where'd you
know?
get that?"
It's like I saw
Nah,
it on
they're gonna be like, "Where'd you get that? That has fire." Like I made that.
I had no idea until I was doing my little research last few days that you could even do Realtree camo on the new era. Yeah.
So that's that. That's that
Okay, yeah,
one.
I like that a lot. Yeah.
And
90,
then
92 would be super cool. Like that's the year I came here to Toronto.
okay,
So if we were to go with that option, that'd be super cool.
okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So let's do the 92.
And I don't even mind if it kind of blends in a little bit type,
No, that'll be fine. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Like I think it looks kind of cool if it's a little camouflaged up.
Yeah, and then for the Blue Jays, we're looking at this logo. Do you like a flat logo or a raised logo?
Oh man. So what's the difference? You got to explain to an amateur like me. Yeah.
All right, hold on. So I guess pre 90, I guess from the 80s, like from their inception on, like till like the mid 90s, they wore a flat embroidery.
Okay.
Jays logo. Let me see if I can find an example. 1 second.
Yeah.
All right. So the old one is like super flat.
Okay. Yeah.
Flat embroidery.
Yep.
And then obviously they wore the white.
Yep.
White front panel. And then the current
Holy man, this guy's just pulling out 20 hats. I'm dying, man.
So the current version is raised. See?
Oh, okay.
So the embroidery is raised. So if you want like a more natural looking, these are all the same way.
Yeah, I think man, I think I kind of like the raised. What do you think though?
It depends on the look you're going for.
Yeah.
The raised looks more modern, so it'd be this basically.
Okay. Yeah, I'm cool with going with the raised. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So those are just retro blues.
Yeah. We gotta talk about those after too. I might gotta make some purchases off you.
We're not the same size. You're a 3/8.
Yeah, I know. Do you have 3/8 just sitting around?
Nah.
It's not like that.
My size. Huh?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you had like a full size run over there, man. Yeah.
No. These are all.
That's you're. I was not familiar with your game, man. Like I said,
these are all my size, but they're all different variations.
Yo, this is insane, man. Yeah. Oh man, the level of detail on this, I'm starting to appreciate. I'm hoping to come out of this design session like learning a couple of things, and I already learned one thing. I already learned one thing. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So this is just retro old Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Blue. Yeah. And then there's a box for retro Blue Jays white panel, and there's retro Blue Jays color. There's all sorts of shit. All right, man. So
love that.
So we'll do raised for that, and then 92. Okay. Yeah, and you said black or brown brim?
Yeah, I want to see what it looks like on this mock-up in terms of like a black or a brown.
So black will look like this.
Yep.
And then brown. There's multiple browns.
So yeah, whichever one you think is, yeah.
So it'd probably be between burnt wood or walnut.
Okay, yeah, let's take a look at those. Bro, if I knew how to do all this stuff, this is all I would do all day.
This is what I do all day.
But you know what I mean though? Like,
yeah,
this is like obsessive. Like, this is so cool.
Yeah, and then the under. What do you want to do for the under visor?
What do you think would look good in terms of this Realtree?
So depending on how you color the logo, that might affect my answer. But green, classic gray is normal. I have an affinity for hunter orange.
Okay,
but not everyone likes that crazy like neon color.
I think that classic gray might be good for me.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, and then got to lean on you a little bit with the coloring of the logo. What you think kind of looks good with this?
So, people have been metallicizing a lot with the Realtree to kind of make it stand out against.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it kind of low key, more blending in, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're thinking of more like the earthy tones, green,
Yeah,
green,
yeah, yeah.
olive.
Yeah, I kind of picked this colorway because it's like, you know, the Realtree and the brown/black. It kind of really fits a lot of stuff that I wear.
Okay.
And I think I don't mind it being. Yeah, I feel like mostly I'm always more towards being a little bit more understated
Hmm.
than like overstated with like the colorways and or the hats and stuff.
Do you have a
As
preference
as I'm
between?
designing a Realtree hat, by the way.
Nah, but real tree's cool. Do you have a preference for the sweatband, black or white?
What are they usually? They're black usually,
So
right?
the
Are they or no?
the classic on field is usually white. The current
Okay.
on field is black. So to me, white looks better. Black
Yeah.
is more practical.
Okay.
There's a design flaw in New Era. So basically, there's this little bit.
Okay. Yeah,
I
I
don't
see
know if
it.
you can
Yeah.
see it. That
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
shows that little white.
Okay. Okay.
It's like this design flaw that just became like what they're known
Yeah.
for.
Let's go with the black if it's more practical too.
All right,
Yeah. Bro,
black won't get dirty as quick.
I'm already excited about this, and it's a blank hat right now, bro. Yeah. You gotta make sure this one gets approved, man. This one
Oh,
my number one.
this one should be easy.
We gotta do whatever it takes, even if we gotta adjust after to get this approved. Yeah.
Should be easy. I mean, it's Blue Jays with 92.
Hmm. So
Just
usually the
gotta
approval is just like kind of like how you match up like the logo and the patches type, or I guess colorway too. You said kind of plays a part, right?
colors. Yeah, they've been less strict about keeping the eras close because before you
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to do like current logo with the old World Series.
Okay. Right. Right.
Now
Right.
they're
Right.
a little bit more easier.
Okay. Yeah.
But like if we were to do this in black and purple, depending on the day, it might not get approved.
Might be a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, it's annoying.
That's interesting though.
Yeah. So we're probably gonna need to pull. Let me find the color matches. Hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. We're just gonna do a little quick fast forward as we select the colors. We ended up taking a black, metallic gold, and metallic green for the front logo.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see how that. Yeah, I think that looks good. Shit. Damn, I'm hyped, bro.
I'm gonna wait till it comes in. That's the hardest part.
No, I need this approved tonight, bro. Like, you need to tell Pro Images Colorado, man.
I have a call them Tuesday, so
Oh yeah, I love this, man. The way it kind of blends in. Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Damn.
Right. And then the 92. Let's get a clear up version of this.
Yeah. I do think I might want to make the brim black.
Okay, that's easy.
Just to have a bit of a contrast.
That's easy.
Yeah, but I think otherwise I'm good.
And then the MLB logo. Do you care if it's flat or raised?
Yeah,
Most of the collectors like flat.
Yeah, let's do flat then.
Yeah, so just a little flat.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
All right.
And then we can turn that brown too, I guess, or whatever color we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sick.
On the side, probably. And then we can do the Vegas as the base. And then you can either do brown here or green.
Let's do the green. Yeah.
Green? Okay.
So that's the same green, right? Like the metallic.
Yeah, the metallic green.
Okay, sick. Yeah, perfect. Damn, love this colorway, bro. Yeah.
It's pretty fast, right?
No, this is
That
sick.
didn't take too long.
No, this is sick. I'm like going so much back and forth between the black or the brown brim. What do you think?
I lean brown, but black is more contrast.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's no wrong answer here.
Yeah, I feel like the black
There's-
might be better for me just to wear.
There's black in the patch, you know.
Yeah.
We can add a little bit of black in the front if you like to. So like here,
Like the Realtree with the black, it's not a crazy colorway. Like it works.
No.
Right? It
No,
works.
it's not. It's not nothing that hurts or anything.
Yeah.
It's the black.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Trying to find and see if my Realtree box is close.
This guy got boxes, man. Shit is crazy.
Where's the Realtree box? Oh, there it is. Hold on a second. So Realtree black will look exactly like this.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Different
No,
team, obviously. But
No, that's dope. That's dope.
yeah. And then this is the reverse of it. Black with Realtree.
Shit, that's pretty sick too, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of close, but yours is a little bit different.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that. Yeah.
Cool. I haven't seen this combo yet. I've seen the reverse.
Yeah. No,
All
I
right.
like this one. I'm excited.
So hat 1. Let's lock it in.
Hat 1.
All right. 2. What are we doing?
Okay, 2. So I saw do they have licenses to the minor league teams, the baseball teams?
Mhm.
Kissimmee Cobras? Is that
Mhm.
one you guys have access to?
Yeah. I made a Dave Parker Kissimmee Cobra the other day.
Oh man, I just love that Snakes logo.
Yeah. So do you want the I'll pull up both. So there's just the snake, and then there's the snake with the word mark.
Okay,
Let me pull it up for you. Kissimmee Cobra. That's in Florida, I believe they are.
Yes.
Where's the file now? Oh, here it is. So Kissimmee. That's so random that you found Kissimmee Cobra.
Bro,
I never would have thought you would.
No, the
Kissimmee Cobra.
The first one, I was like, man, I got to do some J's.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I mean, I remember I had like a Lansing Lugnuts hat for like a long time because I really liked their little logo.
Mm-hmm.
And like I've always been into just like looking at these minor league teams. And yeah, I was browsing again. I was browsing through a lot of different people's like pages, and I saw this. Yeah, so I want the one at the bottom, the snake, yeah, with the baseball.
All right. Are you gonna do this one with no side patch?
Yeah, no side patch is good.
Okay.
I'm thinking. I was thinking like a green hat with like a blue brim. I guess it kind of lines up with these colors, but I want to see how that looks, and then we can adjust. Get your opinion on it too.
Perfect. So green. Are you? Oh yeah, I'll pull the greens.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of greens. So these are like the earthy greens, rifle olive, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then there's these greens, which are like the lighter greens, like the neon Kelly.
Yeah, I think I'm looking for the darker greens, the ones that you had on the screen first.
Okay.
So like those 4 kind of in the middle.
All right. Dark green, cilantro.
Yeah, one of those might be good.
All right, good. Let me eliminate the rest. And then blue. How dark on the blue scale are you thinking?
Yeah, like a darker blue, like more, not like the Yankees navy, but like definitely like a darker blue.
All right. So these are the. So they wear the navy, which is pretty much black.
Yeah.
Oceanside is like Denver Broncos.
Yeah,
Patriots.
the one below that.
Calming.
So that one, yeah, I think that one might be.
All right.
Something like that in that range.
All right. And who's the crown and who's the visor?
So crown will be green.
Mm-hmm.
And then the visor, the brim will be blue.
All right. Let me get the blue in first, and then we can punch the green in.
Yeah.
All right. How do you want to color this guy?
What do you think? Leaning on you again for this.
This is like gonna be like a retro style logo, so it's like really flat.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just kind of keep it like the base colors. The green might have to change though.
Yeah.
Because it's like a green on green.
Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, I'm cool maybe messing around with that green. Should we be making the green lighter or changing
we
it to
can.
another color? Yeah, let me know.
You don't subscribe to the old Chinese adage for the no green hats?
Yeah, someone told me that. And I was like, man, no, like, no, just no. Like, I mean, do you? You just show me a box of green hats.
I don't really care. It's my dad would give me shit for it. Like,
Really?
you know you're not supposed to wear green hats.
So funny, man. Yeah, I've gotten that too.
It's like, all right, man, we're not in the old country here.
We're really not, man.
Yeah. No one's gonna see it and be like, oh, prostitute.
Oh god. It's like I can't get
Ming is hilarious for a green name.
It's like I can't get no ALD forest green like Yankees hat because I can't wear it on the old countryside.
Yeah. So this is like a lighter green. I kind of like that.
I fuck with that, man. And then it'll kind of just obviously it'll stand out obviously once you slap it on that green, right? Yeah.
Yeah. This is action green, which is more of like a slime. Aaron green, which is more of like a slime green.
Yeah, the first one you did, I like.
All right, it's funny too. It's Ming.
Is it? Okay, I like that. I like that. I can tell a little story with that.
Yeah, Ming green.
Yeah, this is me fighting back against the Chinese green hat expression.
Yeah. And then this gray, you can either do like a grayish, a gray, a bronze, beige, silver, even.
Yeah, what do you think? I'm cool with looking at something.
Let's look at some options. So like a taupe or seashell would be cool potentially.
Damn, I'm hyped about this one too now.
Yeah, this is like a Nike by You experience.
No, this is more fun, man.
So that's seashell.
Okay, I like that. Let me see. Let me know if there's a few other ones I can look at, but I definitely like that.
So this is taupe. It's a little darker. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, I like the first one better. Yeah.
And then the other option would be just to give it metallics. So metallic silver.
Silver might look kind of crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oops. Oh.
There's no lighter silver, is there?
Oh yeah. There's lighter. So metallic aluminum is what the Raiders use.
Okay. Like a light silver might be kind of dope.
Silver's dope.
I like the way it is now, but let's see if the silver wins over.
The problem is like silver doesn't mock up nice sometimes.
Yeah. But I'll trust you. I'll trust you on that too, because you know what it'll look like, right?
Yeah.
This could be kind of dope. What do you think?
Yeah. So like you know how dark silver look? This is like silver basically. Like with the old blue jay. This is like
blue jays. And is that the light silver that you slapped on?
No. So this was silver. This is metallic aluminum. So anytime you've seen a Raiders hat, that's what they use.
Okay. Oh man, I'm hyped about this one, man. This shouldn't be a crazy approval thing either, right?
No. What year Zodiac are you?
I'm 84, so I'm year of the rat. Yeah.
Rat.
Is there rat logos in like minor league?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I don't want to wear a rat though. Fuck that shit.
No.
Maybe a dragon. Maybe a dragon. Yeah.
I got a bunch of dragon ones on the way.
Yeah.
So I have what you called. I went through and actually started on pig. I should have started on rat, but I started Year of the Pig and I went through.
Okay, that's fire.
So I just submitted a bunch of dragon stuff.
Okay, this is looking sick, bro. I think the silver was a really good call.
And then you can choose to keep the back blank, which is kind of plain, or you can go with that. minor league baseball logo, which looks like this.
Damn,
This guy.
fire. Yeah, can we and we can adjust that too, right?
Yeah. You can color it however you like.
Let's metallic silver this, or not metallic silver, like whatever silver we did at the front.
Right.
Like I'm thinking even change the red and the blue around the stars to that.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Like
no, that's no, that's perfect. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
All right. Do you want to use the green anywhere or keep it red?
Yeah. Can we?
I don't know if that looks good.
No.
No. Keep the blue. Hold on.
The red kind of sticks out to me though. I kind of want to change the red to something else. What do you think?
You can make it white.
Or if you
black.
can you go back to the original, like the original for this logo?
Yeah, the original is like navy and red.
Yeah, if you get rid of, yeah. So can we, you know where the red and the blue is, like between that guy, like can we change that to silver and then leave everything else the same? Yeah.
The white might make it look washed though.
Yeah, and then I think it's. Oh
I
wait, hold on.
Keep the blue.
Let's keep it like this. Yeah, I like this, because then the blue and the silver kind of matches with the other stuff.
Yeah, that looks good. So do you want their blue or do you want to use the blue from your bill?
Let's do my visor. Yeah.
All right. All right, that's easy. Hat 2 in the books.
Damn, yo, I'm fucking hype, bro. Damn, I'm really excited about this one.
Yeah, this is easy. All right, lock it in.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Hat 2 Cobras. Done.
Sick. Nah, I had to hit you with a crazy random one, bro.
I mean, it's a cool logo. It's good. So do you know who Dave Parker is?
Yeah. I have a Dave Parker Pirates jersey. Yeah.
Oh, so I did a Kissimmee Cobras in like yellow, black, and red.
You did like the Parker. Pirates. Yeah.
Yeah, because his nickname was the Cobra.
Yeah, that's sick, bro. Yeah, that's a deep cut. I'm thinking
this guy.
I'm thinking either Argos or Expos. But I want to see what the Argos.
Argos don't have a lot of good side patches, but these are like the front logos.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, so the one I love is the Doug Flutie era one.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got one on the way with 2022 champs.
That's sick, man.
Yeah. We can do it though, because I know I'll get approved.
Let me see the Expos too. Sorry.
Expos is here. These are some of the Expos. Most of them, actually. I mean, Expos didn't have a lot.
Oh, yeah. Man, I'm trying to
So the scripts are really nice. And then always the front
logo. Yeah, the classic. Yeah, let's go with the classic Expos. Okay. But I want to do some kind of flip on a colorway, and I might got to pick your brain on that.
All right.
I kind of want to do a different type colorway for this.
Yeah, let's do it.
But you got to lead the way probably on this one.
Do you know if you want flat or raised?
Let's go with raised.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I don't wear like crazy ass colors. I like two-tone hats a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love something maybe like two-tone. I mean, I'm kind of boring, man. I'm always like black, brown, fucking all that shit, like some navy, but I guess they're already a little bit blue. Mm-hmm. Like I love green too, but I know we just did the green. Up to you. Like you let me know, but something two-tone would be sick. It doesn't need to be like crazy.
Yeah.
I'm willing to experiment.
I mean, you could do like a black and gold, black and Vegas, since we have so many players. So many Raptor players from Montreal. Thinking like Boucher, Kem Birch.
Let me see what the gold looks like.
Lou Dort. So here's Vegas. Or you can keep it like strictly Toronto, kind of black and gold. So that's Vegas. So if you were to do black and gold, so there's this way you could do it.
Yeah.
With the Vegas, or you can reverse it and do Vegas crown.
Yeah, this one. I'm just thinking about where it is the thing, because it's like a different type color for me. So I'm really fucking picky.
Or you can go all black with metallic golds. That works too.
Or how about, you know what? Let's do the black as a crown.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is gonna be super boring, but we can fuck with the logo a little bit. But like, let's do a black and then with the brown brim.
Okay. All right.
I'm just thinking of hats that I would like wear, and I would.
No,
really
that's fine.
fuck
I
with.
mean, this is what like we're building something that you want. So.
Yeah. But then I want to get your expertise on the logo. Maybe we can do fuck around a little bit.
So brown always looks good with like gold, copper, red, those kind of colors.
Okay, yeah. Let's use the logo to maybe black. Yeah, I guess I haven't made a black hat yet, so this is not actually the same as the other ones.
No.
I just think it's the same because all I wear is fucking black hats. Yeah.
I mean, black's my most colored hats.
Yeah. And the first one I did, the first one I did a black brim. Okay, yeah. So this is different. Yeah. So I have a brown brim on this. Yeah.
I'm trying to think right now. Okay, it does have the outline. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like a gold would look cool with the red. Copper could look good.
Yeah, so it's like you're thinking like we can keep the red and then mess with that blue there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's mess around a few options. I like the one you showed me just now with the blue.
Like copper is always a good color.
Yeah.
That's copper.
Okay. I like the first one you showed me better for now.
All right. So that's gold.
Yeah.
So here's gold. And then you can switch the E to red or blue. I think either works.
Yeah, let me think about this one. Red. Man, the red kind of pops. I like that.
Yeah, black.
Yeah. I like that. I like this. What you have here.
All right. And then in terms of patch.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
So there's a couple.
Oh, shit. This hat is hard too, man. Damn, I'm fucking hyped for all of these.
It's different when you can make your own.
It really is, man. I think it's different when I got you leading the way too, man. Because no, you got to know the colorways and stuff. You know what I mean? I'd probably be messing around and just like a hat looks crazy.
All right, so they hosted an all-star game patch.
Oh shit! Got the French on it too. Yeah, I like that.
And then they also have these patches. So Olympic Stadium and the Montreal. So these ones are the other two patch options.
Okay. I like the All-Star one.
Like the All-Star one? All right.
Yeah. See, my other question is, can this patch has to be on the side or can it go in the back?
It can go on the back, but it might look
Like kind of
small
weird.
or it might look. I mean, I've done where it's patch on the back.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, I don't mind that. I want to keep the sides clean on this one and do a patch in the back if that's cool.
yeah,
Does that work? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I fuck with that.
This is the Patrick Waugh when he turned his back on Montreal.
That's sick too, bro.
All right.
That's the thing. That's the thing with the hats, man. The fucking storytelling you can do, like even the Dave Parker thing, the Cobra connection, like that's insane.
Yeah, exactly. And not many people know about that.
No, that's insane.
1982. Does that year have any significance to you?
Nah, I wish it was 84. It'd be sick. That would have been
Yeah.
my birth year. Yeah. No, but I remember growing. I mean, for me, Expos. Like I remember growing up watching so many Expos games just on TSN with like Dave Van Horn calling the games and stuff. And like they was just such a big deal to me, especially that '94 when the strike happened and stuff. Like
wasn't Jeff Liu from Montreal? TSN reporter.
John.
John Liu.
Yeah, John. He's from Winnipeg. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But then wasn't he always in Montreal reporting?
Yeah. He was always in Montreal. He's still always in Montreal. He like reports on the Canadians and stuff.
There you go.
Yeah. Damn, this is looking sick too. Holy.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Oh wait, under there.
Yeah.
Green or gray is typical.
Yeah, let's go with the gray.
Yeah. But like gray is the normal. What you're used to seeing.
Let's go with the gray. Let's keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep it with to the gray, and then I think we're.
And you want a black or a white sweatband? Black.
Black is good. Yeah.
All right. These we didn't use. Lock it in.
Lock it in, bro.
All right.
All right, last one.
3.
All right, last one. I wanted this to be a Leon Chen special, so I'm because I want this one to I'm gonna pretend it's a collab between me and you when it's really you making the whole hat.
These are all collabs. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but this one I want to I want you to really take the lead. So all I'm gonna tell you is I want that Muscle Blue Jays logo.
All right.
Yeah, and that's it. And I want you to cook something up that's a little bit different from what maybe even I usually would like. I think you have a good sense of kind of the colors I like. I wanna step out a little bit, like something different for me.
All right, let's do it. It's a muscle burger, okay. That's a logo that we didn't. It was kind of like the Raptors. Like we didn't really appreciate it when we had it.
Yeah, they only did that for like what was it 1 year?
1 year, like 2003. Yeah. I think that's it.
So I don't think the Jays have ever had a bad logo, and maybe that's like pure Toronto bias, but I look at all their hats, like I look at all their logos, that logo sheet that you gave me, I'm like, none of these are bad. If anything, I feel like the one they have right now is like the worst.
So here's the things, like they had the one that they won with, and then the lockout happened, and I think they tried to like modernize it, and then it didn't work, and then they went for this, which was like the cartoony version.
Yep.
It didn't work, and then they went to black.
Yeah.
Which was weird because they didn't change what the stadium looked like. So here we are wearing black, but our stadium and everything's still blue.
Yep.
And then we went back to like a classic looking one, which I don't mind. But I think like at the time I didn't like the change because like it's like the basketball jersey argument. Like you're doing all this stuff. It's brand new, but it's not like iconic, like with all the city jerseys.
I'm totally with you on that. Yeah, I mean low key, like I was a huge Jays fan, like even still am now. Like obviously I cover basketball and stuff, but man, like baseball was like I was obsessed with baseball growing up, and like I didn't really get into baseball until like 94, like right after they won the World Series. And like I remember all those years, man, even when we traded for like Jose Cruz Jr., when we had Jose Canseco here, Frank Thomas, like every single era, man, Roger Clemens. So like I have such connections to all these. Like I think when I think of this one, I think about like Eric Hinsky, I think. was
Yep.
around during this
Yeah.
time, and it's
That was
like,
his rookie year, I think.
yeah, and it's like I have just such attachments to so many of these logos. So I think it is kind of a personal thing where I'm like, man, like the teams are kind of shitty. They never made the playoffs under those formats, but it's like I mess with all these logos. And this one is like one of my favorites.
Yeah. It's just like at the time, I didn't enjoy it, but like
Yeah.
now looking back, it's like, yeah, I love this
So
stuff.
the Raptors comp is actually really good, just in terms of the way, because it is a little bit cartoony and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oops, hold on. I gave you the wrong examples. So because this fell on 1 year, there's no exact patch for it. So it fell in between
okay,
these two logos, side patches. I mean,
okay.
do you have a preference?
No, I'm cool. I'll let you roll with it.
All right. Let's do the 30. 30 is a better look. All right. Do you mess with like a lot of like olives and stuff?
Yeah, yeah, I can
Olive
do that.
green,
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of like
yeah,
grayish. All right.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm thinking we do something.
This is classic me, man. Outsourcing the work to others. That's how you know it's a collab between me and you, man.
Perfect.
I'm gonna call this the outsource collab. Yeah.
So let's do this. This is what I'm thinking. So like an olive bill, a camel crown,
Yeah.
gray under, black band. And then for this,
Oh shit.
this we can do like a copper T.
Okay. Oh shit.
The outline will be silver. The back could be gold. The J can be like this green color.
Oh shit. Yeah, that looks cool. I
And
do want to
then
see if I can any chance just for the crown, just because I want something like a little bit darker.
you want to go darker? That's fine too.
Yeah, yeah, I want something darker, but like along the same lines is cool, but just darker. Yeah.
Let's do.
I don't know why I just hate wearing light colors.
Let's
I think it's just like, oh
try
man,
these two.
it's like my complexion of my skin or something. I'm too pale or some shit.
Let's try these two. So khaki looks like this,
Yeah.
and then
And then the other one.
walnut looks like this.
Okay, I think I like the walnut.
Walnut. Then I feel like we should buff up the green.
Okay, okay.
Let's buff up the green. So right now that's olive,
Yeah.
and this is like a mountain green. Oops. Why is it so strong?
Yeah, I'll let you pick the green. I'm cool. So like whatever you think looks good with this new crown.
It all thinks it's the same color. It's annoying.
Mm.
That's the darker green.
Yeah, if you think that's good, I'm good with it.
All right. So this can be walnut. Gold, copper, walnut. Yeah, that looks fine. And then the green bird. Why is it giving me trouble now? I think browns and greens are too close.
Yeah, the green bird is crazy.
Yeah, that looks good.
I like that.
And this red, do you like that bit of red in there, or do you want to change that? In the flag.
Yeah, I don't mind. What do you think?
I think it looks fine there. I mean,
yeah,
you could put it to like a copper or something, but I think you can leave it too.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think it's good.
So this color in here, I don't even know what color this is.
Oh, like with inside the T?
Like, what did we do? Yeah.
Oh yeah, the white's kind of sick.
Yeah, that makes it stick out a little bit. So that's seashell. All right.
I'm just posting an IG story. I took a screenshot of us designing hats. Who should I? You have like so many? Which accounts you want me to tag?
Do the Leon in the lab, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I don't care. Either way, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, this hat's dope.
Oh, this is sick, man. The green was a good call too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People love like the beef and broccoli look.
Yeah, this is kind of like that, huh?
Yeah. I just never really understood that dish. Like, no, like Chinese people ever order that. They think it's like, oh, that's so amazing. It's Chinese people like, oh, okay. Like,
for this one too. If you're cool, I just want the patch in the back as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Starting a new trend. Back patches.
Is that a trend, you think? Sometimes I feel like certain ones, like the Camo one that we did, like it's cool to have that World Series patch on the side, but then sometimes I'm kind of like, man, I want the side of the hat to just be like clean. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that might just be obviously a personal preference thing.
No, I mean there's people that like, I mean, we call them plain Janes, but people like no patches. I mean, if it's the back one, because it's so round and big, I would probably do the other one.
Okay. Yeah, you let me know.
25th.
Yeah, you let me know.
25th. Yeah, let's switch it then. Because that one is more left to right.
Yeah.
It's more left to right. This would be a better back patch than that.
Okay. Yeah, no, I trust you. Damn, I'm hyped about this too. Damn, man.
That's the hard part. You gotta wait for them to get approved and made and stuff.
Yeah. How long is like the approval process?
Depending on the team and stuff. Now it's like off season, so it's pretty fast.
Yeah.
Usually.
Who I got to talk to at the Jays to tell them to approve this shit for me, man.
I don't even know who handles it for the Jays.
Yeah, I might gotta find out myself. Make sure I get these approved.
Yeah.
But you don't think there's anything crazy that we did that's like?
No, we didn't do anything infringement. We didn't do any hooks or anything like that. It's just clean hats.
Yeah, no, I like that. No, this is sick. Love that.
Yeah, let's lock this in.
Damn, I'm hyped.
I'll be excited because there's some collectors that don't like side patches.
Yeah.
So, these are plain Janes, they call them. So, they'll be happy that, we're making some hats without side patches.
Yeah, no, that's sick.
Some people are vehemently against it.
Really?
So it's like a weird thing, yeah. It's because they never really wear them on field.
Yeah, that's fair. But I feel like some patches, like even going back to that one that Calby did, when he slapped that Canadian flag, I think, on it on the side. Like it
Mhm.
sometimes the patches really add to it though.
Mhm.
Like, but I guess it's like, yeah, I guess it's always like personal taste and all that stuff too. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Well, before we go, the the point of getting you on this was to hype your book. I feel like we didn't do any of that.
Damn, I forgot
Like
about that. I mean, I don't even want to do it anymore. But yeah, go ahead.
where can people buy it? So it sold out for a hot second on Canadian Amazon. So congrats on that.
Yeah,
Did
appreciate
they
that.
restock?
I think they're still working to restock it. So what I know is that my publishers focus on just stocking Indigo right now
Mm,
because like there's huge demands just like at the store level at Indigo and also online as well. So last time I checked, or whenever it comes out, this comes out, I believe it's still sold out on Amazon.
yeah, I just
But
checked.
for everybody who wants to grab a book, like my best suggestion, if you're in the U.S., Amazon U.S., I think might have some stock. But if you're, in Canada, Indigo, stores or online. So I'll just hold it up again since I know you're doing the video. Prehistoric. Everybody should check it out. Forward from Damon Stoudemire, featuring over 140 interviews with players, front office, people that were involved with the organization early on. And I tell people too, like, this book, you don't have to be a Raptors fan. You don't even have to be a sports fan because a lot of my friends like don't follow sports and they're like, I want to support you. I want to get this book, but I wonder if I'm going to be into it. And it's like I try to tell them like I write a lot of stories from a cultural perspective, and this is no different. This is an easy book for people to access because like I'm telling the story of a group of people who came together and like build a basketball team, and there's so many cool stories in here. Having said that, though, if you are a Raptors fan, you will especially enjoy it. I think, if you're old enough to remember the early days, like, there's a lot of stories here that like you guys have just never heard of. And if you're brand new, off the championship, off rooting for the team, recent decade, this is going to be all brand new to you, and you guys get to learn about where all this started. So, I think there's a little bit of something in there for everybody. So yeah, go check it out, man. Then I can write another book and come on and design more hats, man.
Yeah, we got to put some pressure on either the Raptors to rebrand to either. For me, I've always wanted them to be the Huskies, but if not, rebrand back to the Dino. And a cool
Mm,
thing would be because you had interviewed Thomas O'Grady, right? He's the original marketing
yeah,
guy.
marketing original creative director at the NBA.
Yeah,
He was at the book launch and he had designed obviously the Raptors logo and uniform.
I would always thought it'd be cool to do hooks or even like color the Raptor logo in some of the things that he originally did, so like the lime greens and the different
Oh
blues
man.
and stuff like that. That'd be a cool thing to do because
Yeah, kind of like that
what
kind of
if?
like, yeah, what if demo. And I mean you can edit this part out if you want, but it's like I was telling you, I was actually working with New Era, with my friends at Patois. We were trying to make a hat to celebrate the book, Prehistoric, and actually had local artists, Drake Serial, who designed the book cover, design a few patches. She did like
Mm-hmm.
a prehistoric patch basically based on the cover of the book, and then a few other ones that kind of reference the dinosaur claw. And we had to send them to MLSE for approval. And what MLSE said was like, we don't really care, but like you might want to get approval from the NBA.
The league, yeah.
Yeah, and then it kind of died there because we flipped it back to New Era, and their legal team was just like, we don't know if we feel comfortable moving ahead without the NBA's approval. And like I don't know, we felt like we probably could have just gone ahead with it because like I'm actually having an event on November 16th. You should come through if you want. We're still producing the hats, but more obviously independently now. But like we're gonna have a snapback and like a dad hat with those patches. But like yeah, we're having an event November 16th, and the whole intention at Patois, and the whole intention was just like we were gonna have like 50 hats. We are gonna produce like 50 hats, just sell them as event only exclusives. I take the rest for like my friends and family. So should we feel like we should have gotten it done, but like New Era was super cool about it. Just like they're like down the line, if you and Will want to make a hat, something that doesn't maybe infringe on some of the, or like, is referencing some of the Raptors stuff, we can definitely do something. But that was kind of my personal journey or lesson about kind of the legal side
The
and the
fun
behind
side.
this. Yeah,
Yeah.
the legal side and the fun side. And it's like, on the one hand, I'm frustrated, but on the other hand, I get it. But it was just funny because they were like, man, like we had to change the purple because the purple was like a direct reference to kind of like the jersey that you're wearing now and stuff. And I was kind of like, man, like they don't own that color. Like that's just a color.
Yeah. They don't even
Um,
use it anymore.
yeah, and that was my point too. But I'm like, damn, like the Raptors don't own the color. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, but I get it's like, oh, they might think it's a reference to it, and things like that. But yeah, no, I learned about the intricacies of things like through kind of that process the last couple months.
Yeah. Those things never move fast. So if you ever need any help on that, like, yeah, you can always hit me up. But yeah, it's a nightmare dealing with them sometimes. But they own the silhouette. They have to me the best hat
Sure.
silhouette ever. So you have to play by their rules. And,
Yeah, no,
they'll
that's
do what they can to protect their licenses and stuff and their
yeah, and
relationships.
obviously try to keep that relationship with New Era because obviously that's an important one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But all right, November 16th, pull up. Um, I'll definitely try to make time for that. Yeah, it was cool to kick it with you finally. You do a lot of events, but a lot of times it's like downtown. I'm a Scarborough kid, so
yeah, I get it. When Will and I always talk about too, like we got to start showing love or make it easier to people that are uptown. So like we've joked about doing an event at Pacific Mall. We have a lot of friends uptown with like different locations that we can do as well. So like
mhm.
that's definitely a goal. That's definitely a goal of ours. It's like do some more events uptown. That like can service kind of some of the people there too. Because I mean that's where I'm originally from too.
Yeah, 100%. But all right, cool. Make sure. Oh, one thing that people might not know, I think it'll be cool to tell them the history of your your handle. So it's Steven Lebron,
Yeah,
real
so yeah,
quick. How did that happen?
follow me on IG, guys, at Steven Lebron. Just mute me if I'm posting too much stuff. I just need the following. But like, yeah, like so I was telling a story earlier to you about I was working at a corporate job before getting into the sports writing, and that's when I signed up for Twitter. And at the time, like I was just trying to avoid getting into trouble, like from HR, like in terms of I don't want them to search Alex Wong and like, oh my god, he's tweeting about sports all day when he's supposed to be like doing our books or whatever. So like on the day that I like opened up Twitter, I was like, damn it, like I need like an anonymous name, like I need like something. And it just so happened that day, this Cleveland Indians minor league pitcher named Steven Lebron got suspended for steroids, and like USA Today had like a funny article title that said Cleveland's LeBron suspended for steroids. Like it was like the most clickbait thing I'd ever seen. And I think this was around like 2007, 8. Like obviously LeBron was still there with the Cavs like early in his career. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like I wonder if Steven LeBron is taken. So I've just taken that handle. And over the years, people just like assume I'm like a LeBron fan. There's other people that are like, oh, do you really like Stephen LeBron? And like I'm always happy to tell that story. And it was funny, like a couple of years ago, there's a guy named Steven LeBron, like in real life, who like emailed me because he was like, I was doing a search on Twitter for like to see if my name was available. And then I noticed like, you're like covering sports and stuff. Like I would love to know the story. And I told him the story, and like I never heard back from him because I think he was just so disappointed by it.
That's a great
So,
story, man.
yeah, so I never heard back from him, and it's like, yeah, so it's just a super random thing, and it's like throughout my career, I've had other people tell me to like change my handle, maybe it will benefit you like more professionally and stuff. But I've kind of just embraced it. I've kind of just embraced it. It kind of just became its own handle. And it's kind of cool. Like people associate the handle with like the things that I do.
Yeah.
And it's cool sometimes when people meet me in real life. I remember playing like a poker game with like some local guys and stuff. And then there was like a musician that was in the game, and like she followed me on Twitter, and like halfway through the game, she was like, "Oh shit, you're Steven LeBron?" Yeah, because I get introduced as just Alex all the time, right? And
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
like I'm going around telling people about my Twitter. So it's like sometimes I get a kick out of those like little interactions as well.
I mean, definitely, it's more of a unique name that it was available, I had to tell you, I had to rename you very differently in my phone because I already had like 3 Alex Wongs in my in my contacts. So
How
when I
many
first,
Alex Longs? You really know that many Alex Longs? That's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because it's like Alex Wong. Obviously, we know it's a pretty common name.
Yeah.
And during the pandemic too. I mean, this isn't that funny, but it's like one of the pandemic experts, like a doctor in Canada, was named Alex Wong. So I had done a lot of like radio hits for CBC, like during the Raptors championship season. So like I landed in their database. So they had me in the database. So I would get emails like a couple times during the pandemic being like, "Hey, Dr. Alex, like we wanted you to come on.
Come be on the show.
Yeah, come talk about this latest vaccine." And like there was one time I think I told Will or somebody, I was like, "Man, maybe I should just say yes and go on as a bit and see how long until they realize I've got like sneakers in the background." But I'm like, okay, you're kind of an asshole right now. Like the pandemic's kind of serious. It's not the time to joke, but it's like I've had that happen a lot. I think there's like somebody who was like, "So you think you can dance," in the US was named Alex Wong as a contestant. So sometimes like I'll like we'll cross paths that way, and then like yeah, there's just a lot of those funny things too. So it's like I'm obviously not ashamed like of my name, but sometimes I'm like yeah, it's kind of bland for like a Chinese guy like Alex Wong. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool in these different spaces, especially online, to just have like kind of a more unique name, I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, even for me, like my last name is really popular, so I I'll like Google myself randomly to see how high in the Leons I rank and stuff like that. Most of them are like doctors and fucking
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
surgeons and lawyers and shit. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, cool. But working
Yeah,
my way up on the Leon list.
yeah, there's a lot of Alex Wongs. There's a photographer now that you got me thinking about it. Like, there's so many of them, and like, yeah, because sometimes I might want to search my name just to see if people are talking about the book, like where the reviews are coming from, and it's like kind of impossible sometimes because the Alex Wongs just kind of like dominate the world. But I can't believe you personally know so many of them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I knew because normally I would hit you up on Instagram. So you were like, okay, let's take it to text or whatever. And then when I went to add your number, it automatically went to my other Alex Wong contact. So just I'm like, no, I gotta. So I think I just put your first name as Alex Wong and then last name Steven Lebron.
Yeah.
So,
hey, listen, man. Whatever works. We gotta
yeah.
we gotta keep in touch anyways because we gotta talk. We gotta talk more hats, man.
Exactly. All right. Well, we'll be signing off. Make sure you guys pick up Prehistoric in store or on Kindle and wherever you buy books, Kohl's, Indigo, all that good stuff. For Leon and Alex, we're signing out, guys. Stay fitted. Peace. All right, we're back. It's been 4 months. Alex, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Damn, it's been 4 months since we made the hats. Time flies,
Yeah.
man. Happy New Year, happy
Happy
Lunar
New
New
Year.
Year, happy whatever
Yeah.
other New Year you celebrate, bro.
Yeah. Happy turning your life around and quitting your job and fucking walking away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy semi-retirement. I know
Yeah.
we talked about real quick too. Like I hurt my finger playing hoop last night. Almost
Look
had
at
to
you.
cancel this. Can't believe I'm walking around with a metal middle finger right now, dog. Yo, make this
Message
into a hat. Turn
message for the haters. We
turn
can add
this
that as a
into.
side patch. We
Yeah,
can add that
let
as a
me
side
know.
patch.
Let me know. I need a patch for that, man.
Yeah, because when we originally shot the content, we
Mhm.
were on we were on your book tour,
Yeah.
promoting, making you a New York Times bestseller, selling out Amazon,
Yeah.
having to restock with the soft covers.
Yeah,
So
appreciate you pulling up too. I know, last time we
always,
chatted, you had come to the UFT book event. You had
Mhm.
wanted a UFT hat. I just want to make sure,
Yeah,
let you know I secured that. This is 7 and 7/8, I believe.
yep,
Yeah.
yep,
That's
perfect.
I hope that fits your dome.
The item
So
has been secured. That's awesome.
I still owe you that. And like obviously you pulled up to the UFT, and then there was an Vintage We Trust event. I remember book
Yeah,
signing downtown in Parkdale that you and your boy pulled up at as well. And that
yeah.
was when we are excited for Shohei Otani to come to the Jays.
This broke our heart.
That's months ago too.
Yeah.
Um, man, were you thinking already about potential hats too if Otani was gonna come here?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah. You can't
yeah.
reveal. You're not gonna reveal.
Well, we still did it. So
Oh, you did it.
basically, Well, Shohei and Yusei went to the same high school.
That's right.
So I did.
You told me about this.
Spoiler alert! I did Toronto Blue Jays in their high school colors. So it's only gonna be a Yusei Kikuchi hat now, but it was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, yeah.
be whatever.
It
And
was
then
gonna be
that's
like a
when
bigger
you
thing.
told me about the infamous sushi place, or he pulled out of an interview. Maybe he was gonna get ramen with Shohei in Toronto or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
crazy rumors. You know, when like, Kawhi was doing his free agent
Mhm.
stuff, like
Yeah.
whenever it comes to sports for some reason, especially in Toronto, man, like people just let these rumors fly.
Well, now we know if there's any type of aviation happening,
Mm.
don't believe it. So
No,
if we need to
but
follow someone by a helicopter,
yeah, you lying to yourself though. Like the next time, like a big free agent
I'm
of
gonna
any
be in.
sport comes to Toronto, you're gonna lock in again, and I'm gonna lock in again.
Yeah,
I'm never gonna learn my lesson from that. Yeah,
exactly,
so
exactly. Well, one thing I also did too is I got your cover. I don't know if you can see it, but it's
yeah, I see it. Yeah,
right there.
yeah, that's
It's
sick.
framed. So shout out to who's the artist
That
again?
was Marcus, right? Marcus Troy.
Marcus. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was Marcus Troy's art. Yeah. Now I feel like an asshole because I'm looking at mine right there, and it's just sitting amongst a bunch of prints that I always tell
No,
myself I'm gonna frame. Yeah,
I'm gonna send
I'm
you.
ter-
I'm gonna send you.
I'm terrible with that stuff. Like I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna frame some prints, put them up, and then I just like never do it. Yeah.
I'll send
Meanwhile, I
you the
just
link.
stash all my stuff on my bookshelf.
No,
Like
no, no.
everything.
You gotta frame it. You gotta frame it. But I'll send you the link. Michael's 40% off too. So it's like
Oh yeah, you got the Michaels plug for
I
me.
got the Michael's plug. Yeah, yeah.
I
40%
love
off
that.
one regular price item. So I'll give you the tip. Whenever you're shopping at Michael's, never buy more than one item at a time because they always will
Why is
send
that?
you. They'll always send you a coupon for 40% off one item. So you just buy the one item you need
Oh,
every time.
they're desperate like that, eh?
Yeah.
They're like Porter because Porter's always like I realized after like 7 years that Porter's flights are always on sale. Like
Mhm.
it's not even a real sale at some point. Like that's just the
Yeah,
price.
that's just their price.
Yeah.
So never walk in and buy more than one item at Michael's. Just come
Okay.
back the next week and buy it for
This is
40%
a
off.
really good tip. This is the type of like Asian shopping strategy that I feel like only like people among us like kind of really lock in on. I'm
Yeah,
telling
yeah,
you, every time you talk to people like younger, older, like we just have these different tips,
yeah,
like restaurants, like going to Michael's, all this stuff. So I
exactly.
appreciate that. I appreciate
All
that.
right. Well, we are here to discuss the 4 masterpieces you put into production. So first things first.
First of
What?
all, we did okay, like we. This is a group.
Yeah,
This was a group effort, and to be honest, it was you leading the way. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't have made them like this anyway. So this was this is more of a you thing. So if people don't like them, we could give the blame to you. But what do you remember? What do you remember about making
Holy.
this hat? What
Yeah,
do you remember?
so this was the one I was most excited about, the Blue Jays Realtree. I think, when we first started talking about doing this and having me come on, like what I did was like I studied your page, I studied a lot of past YouTube episodes that you had put up. I think one of them was with Calby. Calby
Hmm.
had made a bunch of really cool hats, and like that was a huge inspiration for me. And then I was going deep on like my IG like explore page, or like looking at like different hat pages. And what I realized was like, oh, Realtree is like super popular right now.
Yeah,
And I think I ran that by you, and you were like, yeah, Realtree is like a big thing, like with the hat community and all this stuff. And I was like, man, I need to tap in. I need to tap in and stay relevant, with the kids, with guys like you who are cool with the hats. But like I always wanted, when we talked about the Jays, like, obviously I think me and you have a huge connection to the Jays being from like Toronto, and wanted to do something different, right? Like I think we've seen the different kind of eras, the different logos that they've had, and wanted to find a way to kind of switch it up and do it in a way where it felt like a lifestyle hat too. Because I don't know, I mean, hats way more than me clearly, but it's like sometimes I feel like there's certain hats that I only bust out, like new era hats, sports hats, that I only bust out when I'm like at a game or something.
yeah,
Like when
yeah,
I'm at
yeah,
a Jays game, I'll bust out a Jays hat, but then otherwise I might not be wearing that Jays hat like day to day. But like this was a hat I wanted to create that I could wear to a Jays game, but I could like kind of like rock just like casually as well. And yeah, this one I was super excited about. And I thought we like the way you were able to kind of change the colors, kind of blend in the logo colors, add in that little green and like the World Series patch. Like This one looked really cool, like conceptually.
All right. So one thing about this, I don't know if you know this, but every one of these hats is going to be like a 1 of 1. So it matters on the cut of the fabric. So
Oh,
there's
okay.
variations within the hat. So
Right.
not
So
all of them are going to
no two
have the
hats
leaf.
will be the same, you're saying.
Yeah.
Like it won't be the
So
exact same. Yeah.
yeah. So you see how there's like a leaf at the back of the hat there?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
leaf
Yeah.
could be at the side of your hat. It could be at the front of your hat. So
Okay.
so
Okay.
like the
Okay.
resellers and the hype beasts, they look for the Realtree stamp and
Yeah.
they want to see how many stamps they have because the better the resale value or whatever.
Oh, that's how detailed it gets?
Yeah, yeah. So you'll see
How
when you pull. So it's like pulling a card.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
might get a
yeah.
shiny, you might get a regular, or
Oh
whatever.
man. All right. I'm gonna need
Yeah,
a re-up if I don't get enough Realtree on it, man.
yeah, yeah. But for whatever reason,
How into the Realtree are you, man? Like, do you have a lot of Realtree stuff in your collection? Like, are you
I have a
messing
good
around with it?
amount. I have a
Yeah.
good amount. Probably like 20 or 30 or so.
Oh, okay. See, I never know when you say good amount. You're like, I have a good amount. I got 800 of these. Like, here's
No, no,
6
no.
boxes of Seattle hats that I have. You know, that's what you did last time.
All right. So now on to the second bad boy that you put together. All right.
Mhm,
So this was the minor league offering. So
mhm.
the Kissimmee Cobras. I was so
Oh yeah,
surprised when you requested us to do a Kissimmee Cobra hat.
yeah. I'm
So
trying to remember the backstory of this. I think what had happened was I had to come across one of these pages on Instagram that sells like really cool like minor league baseball game worn jerseys, and
mhm,
they had posted a series of these Kissimmee Cobra jerseys, and I actually wanted to kind of pull the trigger on one of them. And as always with these things, like I was too late. It was already marked sold by the time I went to message the dealer, and like it was a really cool logo to me, and I think this is another one where I wanted to think about it from both a logo standpoint, but also from just colors, right? And I leaned on you a little bit for that, like the green and the blue, I thought worked really well. And I've always been a fan of just like minor league logos in general. I think there's a lot of creativity
yeah,
that goes into these, and sometimes more than the Major League Baseball ones. And like, not to knock the MLB ones, but it's like the MLB ones are what they are, right? If you're the Yankees, you're the Dodgers, a lot of these classic teams, like even like White Sox and Pirates, like how much are you really going to maneuver, aside from like, your kind of go-to hat and then maybe some secondary logo, spring training stuff. Whereas I feel like whenever I've tapped in and like looked at minor league logos and hats, like the creativity is just like on another level for me. So I wanted to make sure I got one in there. And I thought this one came out really well too. And I remember you were messing around with kind of like, what was it, like the metallic silver,
mhm.
right? Like messing around with the silver too. So super excited to see kind of those details and how it comes out.
Yeah. There's like a lot of pockets when it comes to collectors. So, like you had mentioned, people who are like loyal to their team or
Mhm,
only will collect like their local squad or whatever. But then there's
mhm.
like a group of fanatical minor league collectors.
Okay.
So there are people who like really like retro logos or
Yeah.
nostalgic stuff. So this one's gonna be interesting because I don't think I've ever seen um, this logo colored this way or a hat
Okay.
made this way. So it's gonna be a really unique one, I think. And you went no side patch, so that's pretty interesting. So that's kind
Yeah,
of
no side patch.
against the grain a little bit, but that's fine. But you're
Yeah, I
gonna
think
appeal to the people who like to collect the old retro stuff. So
Yeah,
it's like a cross of two.
I think we talked about this last time too. It's like I don't mind the different patches when it like tells a cool story. Kind of like,
Mhm.
the last one, the Realtree Jays one, we're able to slap the 92 World Series on there. I thought it was really cool. Obviously lines up with that logo at the time.
Yeah,
But otherwise, like sometimes I just, for some of these hats, I feel like sometimes kind of like less is more too. You know what I mean? Like you
yeah,
got the cool logo, you've helped me color it in this way, and we kind of just let the hat kind of speak for itself.
exactly. All right.
Yeah.
And then moving into hat number 3. So we traveled all the way to the 514. We went to Quebec for this one. So this is the Montreal. Now this one, I think initially we were looking at like old Argo stuff, and then you
Yeah.
settled on Montreal, and then
Yeah.
you did something really interesting. You took the side patch and you moved it to the back of the hat.
Oh, is that
So
what I did?
that's what you
Okay.
did.
Okay. Okay. So there's no side patch on this one. Like it's
No
in
side
the
patch on the side. There's
yeah,
side
yeah,
patches on
but
the
you moved
back.
it to the back. Okay.
Yeah,
But
and
I remember you told me, do people do that? People mess around like that?
so they take sometimes they take like word marks
Okay.
and they put them on the back.
Okay. Okay.
This is a whole ass side. So the size of the back and the size of the side is the same tape basically.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna be interested to see how that
Yeah,
kind of comes
and
out
it's
too. And
gonna be bigger than that, I think.
yeah, and yeah, so the same thing,
I
like,
warned you,
we
and you're like, "Fuck it, let's do it." I'm like,
no, no, no. I think I don't know why I'm like anti like having the patches on the side.
Mhm.
I think maybe just like it might just because like I just grew up like wearing these kind of typical like new era hats that were just like
Yeah,
clean, and I feel
yeah,
like these side patches and things like I don't think they're bad, but I feel like maybe it's just I'm used to a particular type of hat, and like side patches and stuff have become kind of more popular. I feel like in this like new era of like
yeah.
custom hats and things like that. Yeah, and I thought like with your help too, like I thought we did a really good kind of cool flip on the Expos color too, right?
Mhm.
Getting in the brown with the brim and then on the logo as well. And like this Expos logo to me is super underrated. And again, it's like if you grew up watching baseball, especially in like Canada and stuff, like the Expos was just such a classic team. I read that there's a Netflix documentary in the works about their '94 season when they were supposed to make the World Series, and obviously the strike kind of
Yeah,
destroyed that for them. And then the Expos, that was kind of it for them after a couple of years. I know later on they moved to Washington. So, I'm excited about this one too. I thought it was a cool flip. And I think for me it's like I think I told you last time, and I'm wearing a black hat now, but it's like I kind of default to wearing just a lot of black,
yeah,
just in general. And I wanted to, with these projects that I was working on with you on, like kind of just like challenge myself, get out of my comfort zone a little bit, mess with different colors. So like even though I know this is a black base, like I wanted to put some brown on it, obviously, with the red as well on the logo, and see how kind of that comes out as well. And then like I don't have a lot of these like two tone hats too, right? And I like
mhm,
anytime I've seen like whether it's been on your page or like seeing people out like the two-tone hats, like they hit different too, man. It's
yeah,
it's like a cool look, so I wanted to kind of mess with that too on like a couple of these hats that we worked on.
definitely. Yeah, that 95 work stoppage and strike really set back, I think, Canadian baseball like a huge number of years.
Yeah, and it's like for Montreal too, like there's always talk like the Raptors have gone there for preseason games.
Mhm.
And I know I think it just kind of set the city back in terms of just their perception as like a city that can like have major North American sports teams there. You know what I mean? It's like
Mhm.
there's like such hesitation of like, oh, bringing a baseball team back there, or like if you're thinking
Yeah,
about like expanding like in the NBA or something, like I know they have a lot of different cities in the US that they can still expand to, but it's like I feel like Montreal could um have a team like not without its challenges, but it's like yeah, I really feel like the kind of like the trickle effect of like the Expos and that strike season and them moving, it's really done like a lot of damage for like how people look at Montreal as like a major sports city.
yeah. I mean, even selfishly for us. So I mean, you can even draw some parallels with the Raptors. Like the Blue Jays had just come off back-to-back chips and then never got to really defend it. Same way
Mhm.
how the Raptors couldn't really get to properly defend their title. I
Yeah, it's
feel.
crazy. I didn't think about that. I
Um,
remember the Jays weren't that good that season, though. I remember when they went on
no, they
strike,
were not.
I feel like
They
they
were
were like
not.
under 500 even, and then
I think
they
they kind of blew their wad. Like they. But I mean, I don't. We can't blame them. Flag fly forever,
no, they
and they
went they
won
went
back to
all they
back.
they went all in, won the back to
Yeah,
back, like no complaints at all. And I think
yeah, none.
there was that weird period because like, I remember like Carlos Delgado was coming up, like bit
Mhm.
of a transition, right? Some of the younger guys were coming up, and then obviously some of the guys were getting a bit older on the World Series team. So yeah, no complaints. They went all in. And
Yeah,
yeah, it's crazy. It's like just thinking about the Jays too. I know we're talking about the Expos had, but it's like I remember exactly where I was when they announced they signed Roger Clemens. Like I
yeah.
thought that was gonna be a big deal. I remember when they traded for Jose Cruz Jr. Like I thought that was gonna be the biggest deal. And like they've had so many of these like in the last like 20 years, like before this era, they've had so many good players and put together like all these really good teams. And it's just like, man, like, I mean, this the joke I make with my friends is always like, oh, if you go back and look at the standings with the way the system is now with all the wild cards and stuff, the Jays probably would have been a wild card team for so many of
Oh
those
yeah,
years because they were like winning like 88 games. But then
yeah.
back then it was like what, one wild card, and then it's like you're going up against the Yankees and Red Sox who were like sick every year, and then Tampa was coming up too. Like it was just like impossible, man.
Yeah, a lot of times they're out by like August. There's like nothing to play
Yeah,
for. There's like
yeah,
so far back. But getting back to the side
yes.
patch thing, I think they were first introduced in the '96 World Series, so that's probably why you're so used to not
Oh,
seeing
okay.
them.
Oh,
And
so the
then
side patches were actually like this is like a pretty. I mean, I know it's like almost 30 years now, but it's like a pretty recent thing though. Like
yeah,
96 was when. So before that, no, like there was no such thing as like side patches
so
on New
so
Era hats.
typically all these side patches they're just jersey sleeves. So
Okay, 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 okay.
what they were is after '96 they would start wearing them on the hat. I think it was like a way to
Oh,
fake
okay.
more sales, like to get
Yeah, yeah,
people
yeah,
to
yeah.
buy more hats.
So
Because if you just didn't
here's
have
a
the hat,
different hat with a patch.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I think that's what the marketing ploy was. And then
interesting.
2016, I
Yeah,
believe, is when they added the New Era flag. So they had to
yeah,
move the patch from this side to this side.
right. This is more like a technical question for you.
Mhm.
And like I don't know, I mean you can edit it out if I can't ask you this, but it's like when you're designing these hats, like is there a limitation on like well, number one, is there a limitation on number of patches? And then
Mhm.
number two, like can you put them like anywhere? Because obviously, for this one we talked about how I moved the patch to the back. Like can you put the patch like at the front next to the logo if you wanted to?
So technically, you can put as many as you would want, but then you just up your minimums. Like
Okay, yeah, yeah. Because
for
it's
what
gonna
we're
cost
doing, there is
insane.
a technical limit,
Yeah,
but you could move in theory, you can move that patch to the front,
yeah.
side, back. And also if you found a small enough one, you can potentially move one above the New Era flag.
Yeah. Would it be harder to like get approval and stuff if you like
Yeah.
we were like, oh, let's put two patches right next to this, like, next to the Expos logo
So they
up
do
front?
have a thing called double whammy, which was popular back in the day, which
Yeah.
was when people would wear like the NBA logo with the logo on the
Oh
side.
yeah,
They call
yeah,
that
yeah.
double whammy.
Yeah.
They've more recently told us to not do them because it slows down production. You pay extra for it,
Sure.
but yeah. So you would have to go into like a higher level program where you order more and
Yeah.
it
Oh,
takes
I didn't think
longer.
about that. So you're like
Yeah.
crossing over two different sports and then putting the two you can put two logos on at the
Oh no,
front.
I'm just saying like so like if you wanted to do the side patch on one side and then logo on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other
yeah.
side, they call that double whammy.
Okay, okay.
But
But you'd
they've
have to,
told us
yeah.
to stop doing them
Yeah.
because it slows down production. If you
Because I
remember, I think last year the draft hat had it. They brought it back for because the
Oh
draft
really?
hat had the NBA logo and the Raptor logo
Oh sick. Yeah, because
on the
like
front.
sometimes I see too, and I think these are guys maybe just like customizing hats and stuff. Now I see a lot of people like, it's got like the Florida Marlins logo here, but then they like put a couple patches to the side and all this stuff.
Mm.
Like people are doing like a lot of
Well,
creative things.
those might be a program like New
Okay.
Era's. New Era's is a big believer of the do as I say, not as I do rule.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
like, oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you can't do that. And then 2 months later, you see a capsule. It's like, oh yeah, we put patches everywhere. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So they're
oh,
just like, oh, this was our idea.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So they're
Yeah.
shout out to New Era, but they do stuff like that. So,
Yeah, let's make sure
uh,
we shout out New Era.
yeah, and then the last but not least, I think yeah, this was more of like a freestyle one. You just gave me some colors, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think I
The
just
beef and
honestly,
broccoli.
I think I just picked the logo. I
Oh
might
really?
have just said I wanted to that kind of the muscle bird Blue Jays logo, and then I was just like, man, like I just want to leave this one to you. Like,
Yeah,
whatever kind of patches you want to throw on, whatever colors. And I think you were messing around with a few color schemes, and then you like, yeah, you came up with the beef and broccoli look. Yeah, and then you kind of colored the Jays logo into that too.
yeah.
And
I think we end up
did we put the
switching
patch in
the
the back too?
yeah. So we end up switching the patch. It's not the 30th. We ended up picking the 25th because it's a smaller patch
Yeah,
physically.
this was another thing where it was like I think I came into this project of working with you on these hats like really wanting to focus on like some of my favorite Jays logos. So like the Realtree one that we talked about, obviously that's like a classic Jays logo, and then this one too. I've always been a huge fan of this Muscle Bird one because like I feel like how many years did they wear this for? It wasn't that
2 years, 1 year. It
yeah, it
wasn't a long
wasn't
time.
even that.
Yeah.
It wasn't a long time, but I feel like with all things sports logo wise, it's like we reach a point about 10-20 years out where people start getting nostalgic about it. And I feel like we're in the phase now where the early 2000 logos for the Jays people get really nostalgic for.
Yeah.
And one of the things I want to take advantage of too, like being able to custom these hats with you, is like working on color schemes that like I might not otherwise see if I go to like a Jays store or if I
Yeah.
go to like a local hat spot to just pick up hats. So being able to like have something that again feels to me, obviously this is something that you put together for me, so that feels cool. And then obviously it feels cool to know that like this is a color scheme that you might not see out there that much associated with like this Jays logo.
Yeah. I'm happy. I'm
No, this
happy
looks
about
sick.
how it turned out. But now the hard part is over. The hard part was waiting for these freaking things to get approved and
Yeah.
produced and whatever. But now, through the magic of TV, well, you've unboxed it because you're physically handicapped right now. So you've unboxed it, but you promised me you haven't looked. So we're capturing
No,
your
so there's a
live
bag.
reaction. Yep.
Yeah, so I've got this. The hardest part was actually getting this package 2 days ago
And not
and
looking.
and not looking, man. I don't know, like,
Mm.
how do you feel? Because it's like whenever I get a package in the mail, like all this stuff, if I'm like whatever, buying clothes, buying hats, I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm opening that. I'm opening that like in my elevator on the way up to like my condo unit. Like sometimes
Yeah.
people will be like in the elevator with me being like, yo, what is this guy doing? He's ripping this box over. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like to wait to look at this box for like 2 days.
It's
I'm
very
like, oh
hard.
damn. Yeah.
Very hard. Yeah. That's why
Yeah.
we had
So
to schedule the call right away. We couldn't push this off. So
yeah. So okay. I've
all
got
right.
them here with me. Do we need to do them in any specific order?
Whatever
Okay.
order you want to see
You
them in.
got the magic of editing.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the first one. This is the one that we just talked about. The one that we
Oof.
just talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the color is looking nice here. The color is looking nice. What was the thing you asked me to? I remember when we were doing when we were picking like the material for the
Mm.
logo there, you gave me a few options, right? I forgot the name of like how you want the logo to look like, because that's you see the T is like very shiny too.
Yeah, yeah. I think we
There's like
were
a
picking between the metallic gold or metallic copper. I think we
yeah, so
ended up getting
you can
metallic
see
copper.
there's like a shine to it,
Yeah.
which is
And then we used like a
super dope.
seashell, I think, instead of a white. It's like a almost like a sail, like
Yeah.
aged white. Yeah, that's beautiful.
No, this is super dope. And then you see here's the patch on the back.
Yeah. How's the fit? You get your size right?
Yeah, I know the fit's gonna be good. Be hilarious if it didn't. Yeah, fit's perfect.
All right, good.
No, this
There
is
you
sick.
go.
This is sick.
Hat
You know what?
4.
You know what? I'm gonna keep this on right now.
There you go.
All right, next one. Yeah, the Expos one.
Pick the patch.
Oh yeah, let's see the patch. Oh, this looks cool, man. I like
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Yeah,
As long as you like it.
it is bigger. It is bigger than you were saying, because I remember no, but even just looking at it just now, the way we
Oh
designed
yeah.
it, you had put it in like in a particular like size, right?
Yeah. So that size you just gotta grab whatever size they had.
Yeah.
And we just moved it to the back.
Man, I like this, man. If I ever get the chance to do something like this with you again, like I would tap back into this
All right.
in terms of like putting like a side patch thing on the back. But yeah, no, the stitching on the logo is great. Like I love the way
Gold.
we contrast. This is like a gold color, I believe.
Yep. Metallic
Right?
gold.
This is a gold, and then it's got the brown brim. I thought it came. Yeah, this one came out. This one came out really well too. So I'm gonna get rid of this hat and put this one on, bro.
There you go.
I'll be switching hats. Okay, this one. Do we need this one? This is the gift that you gifted me, I believe.
Yes. My Lunar New Year gift to you.
Yeah, I appreciate this, man.
That
So
one
this is
dropped
a
already. So
this is
that's
a
the
Fort Wayne Wizards.
Wizards. Yeah.
Yeah, the colors are sick on this. Oh, I see you. It's got the dragon reference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
no, this
Unleash the
is sick.
Dragon, like Cisco.
No, this is sick. This is sick. Okay. think these are gonna be my So here's the Kissimmee
Kissimmee
Cobras.
Cobra. Beautiful.
Yeah, this one came out nice too, and I love
Yeah,
the
we use like a faded green almost.
and I love the blue that we picked because I know we
Yeah.
were going back and forth about like kind of different shades and stuff, and I think you were showing me different hats,
Hmm.
like in terms of like what kind of blue. So this one's nice, and then it's got is the silver that we talked about, right?
Yep. Perfect.
No, this is sick.
Nostalgic 90s.
No, this is sick.
All right.
And
And now
then
the Hype Beast hat.
all right, hype
This one's
beast
going to resell. You're going to see this on StockX.
for real.
Alex Wong.
Hype beast hat. All right, how what's my resale value here? If I give you a little
It
spin,
depends on how many Realtree stamps you get.
oh man,
You
how
get
do I
no
even look?
leaves. Oh, there. Oh, you kind of got a leaf on the side.
I got a leaf here.
Yeah.
I got some leaves. All right, what's the starting bid for this right now, dog?
Damn, you didn't get a lot of leaves. Damn.
Damn,
You
man.
want the leaf at the front.
No, you know what? I'm happy with this though. This is
Yeah.
this is sick. And again, it's like the way that you helped me with like the logo, like
Mhm.
with the green here,
Yeah,
kind of
this is
blending
pretty
into the rest. No, this is amazing, man. No, this is sick. And the patch here, I love kind of just like the whole camouflage kind of approach
Yeah.
that we took to everything. No, this is. I mean, I
You
love
did
all
great.
of them, but this is the one I was most excited about. And like this came out nice. This came out nice, man. It's my new hat now.
There you go.
Yeah, man. I just put on like 3 different hats in 5 minutes, man. I'm a psycho right now. No, this is sick. Yeah.
You did a great job.
No, this is sick. No, I appreciate you, man.
It was a fun time.
Damn.
So we originally set this up so that you'd be wearing these on TV all the time. That has since changed.
Hey, man, I might be on a new YouTube channel, something streaming soon. We'll figure it
Figure
out.
it out.
I
Yeah.
think people watching the episode, or obviously people familiar with my work, and for people that aren't, they know I'm sure we talked about a little bit of my career, like during the first part of this 4 months ago,
Mhm.
and so after that, like in January of this year, like I decided to move on from working, co-hosting and producing on the Raptor show on Sportsnet, and I've just been kind of just going back to freelancing for now. But a lot of people have been asking me like, oh, like, what's next, like why'd you leave, all this stuff. Like, I guess all I can say is like, I didn't leave that job without a plan. So there's plans in place. I'm excited to share them when I'm ready to share them. And I've always loved being in the basketball space, covering the Raptors. And just because I left the show at Sportsnet, like that is not indictment of like me wanting to be out of that space, or not wanting to be part of like the basketball space and covering the Raptors. So that's about as much as I can say. So like I'll be back in that space, and I do appreciate for people who are watching this who like have followed my work, supported my book and all this stuff. Like I do appreciate everybody for reaching out, even leaving my job that week in January, like, is super like emotionally like overwhelming to just like hear from like listeners of the show, just like whether they reach out via DM, email, or even seeing some of them in person, like letting me know like how much of the work that like Will and I put together the last few years like kind of just meant to people.
Yeah.
And I don't take that stuff for granted. Like I don't think Will and I don't do this stuff for like, I don't know what you want to call it, like fame, like to be famous, or like clout and stuff. Like clout is nice. Clout gets you on shows like this where you can like make hats. And I love that. But it's like, we do it because we're passionate, right? Like we're
Yeah.
passionate about, the Raptors. We're passionate about like putting together like a really good show, like entertaining people, educating people, and things like that. So yeah, whatever that next step is for me, like I'm excited to kind of get back into that space, sooner rather than later. So
Yeah. Yeah. I've been a huge fan of yours, and I know whatever you got planned, I have faith in that. You're gonna do big things, and representation is very, very important to me. You and Will were at the forefront of that for you know, not just Asians, but like just anyone out there. You guys were on mainstream like TV for us. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
hours and
Thank you.
hours and radio and podcasts, and you guys have been guys to look up to, and it's great to have like a bigger relationship with you now, and get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah,
It's
no,
awesome.
I love it, man. And like I think we talked about it. We might have talked about it in the first part, but it's like, Leon had hit us up like early on when Will and I were doing the Raptor show at Sportsnet, because I think, we had a running joke about like Will's like big ass head and like how he could like never wear hats and stuff. And like, Leon was so gracious enough, sent us a couple hats. I was more gracious to receive it than Will, because I'm a hat wearer. Will just threw his like whatever. I think it was like a Cincinnati Reds hat for him.
Yeah,
He like tried it on, and listen, he was super gracious, like all jokes aside, but he was like, man, he's like, man, this is a size 8. Like, do people wear size 8 or whatever? And they're like fit him perfect. But like he's just the type that doesn't wear hats, because like
yeah,
I'd be getting him snapbacks too, because I'm like, okay, you can adjust a little bit, and he's
Mhm.
like wearing snapbacks with like the strap not locked
Yeah.
in,
The last
because
notch, you can't
like
do it. Yeah,
he can't do it, and it's like
yeah,
I can tell it's like uncomfortable for him, because he's like
yeah.
trying to wear it off the tip of his like head so it
No, you
doesn't
can't
like
do that.
fall off, so it fits. But like
As a
you
fellow
sent me a
size 8, you cannot
yeah,
do that.
you sent me a really cool Jays hat, that I still wear, a lot, like especially whenever I go to Jays games and stuff. And I think there's like it's like a pink brim, like a pink
Mhm.
accent on like the bottom, and it's like I get a lot of compliments for that hat too. Like people really like kind of just like the subtle details on that. So yeah, no, like back at you, man. It's super cool to be able to connect with you, and follow more closely kind of what you do. Like I'm just always blown away again, like this, the hat space is not, something that I'm like deeply like entrenched in. I'm blown away, first of all, just like the whole community of it. I think is super cool.
Yeah,
And I think the other thing for me too is like, I'm blown away by just like the output and like the creativity that comes behind it, right? And I think sometimes, being able to follow you and like your work and like, the community, it's like I come to appreciate kind of these hat designs a bit more, because like you tell me like doing a hat based on like, oh, you say Kikuchi is like high school and stuff. It's like some people might just see that hat for its colors and not like appreciate the storytelling behind it, right? But it's like I can tell like with all the hats that you put out, like there's a thought process to it, and I think that's super cool that you're able to like just use a hat as a canvas to do so many things. Like it's not something that I ever think about, Like
yeah,
I just wear hats. Like I just want to like, have cool colors, like, match my outfits or whatever. But it's like there's a deeper meaning. And I feel like I came out of this too, like working with you on these hats. Like these hats all, mean something to me, knowing that like I kind of went through this process with you.
yeah, 100%. I think a lot of it starts as like we're like sports fans first. So if you
Yeah.
can evoke
Yeah.
that old emotion, capture that old time when you were a kid, or if you went to the games with your dad, or for me, like I used to watch all my games with my grandma. She
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
huge Blue
Yeah.
Jay fan.
Yeah.
So like for that, number one thing to do is to capture that emotion, or capture that time, and then the other stuff is like, can you get a little bit more funky with like
Yeah.
album hooks or movie hooks or character hooks, or
Yeah.
tell a
Yeah.
story
Yeah.
that way. So there's a million different ways you can do it.
Yeah, and like when I grew up, it's like you went to the hat store and there was like the 30 MLB hats, you know what I mean? Like the
Mhm.
on-field colors that they wore. And I remember like even like I mean it was cool when like, like Spike Lee started wearing like, the red Yankees cap, and like,
Yeah,
some of these celebs started making like these different alternate colorways like popular, but I used to be kind of like the guy who was like, man, like I don't like any hats that's not like on field.
on field. Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like I used to be that guy. I used to be like, man, like I only wanted like a Navy Dodgers hat. Like I don't want a Dodgers hat if it's like red or if it's like any other color. And it's like taking me a bit like in the last maybe like 5, 6 years type to start appreciating
mhm.
like what you can really do with the hats. Because I think you used to just always hang on to growing up as a sports fan that was the only hat. The only
Yeah,
hat that was real to me was the one that they wore on the field. And like I don't know, like you probably like this too, but like I cycled through so many like MLB hats growing up. Like I remember I went through like a San Francisco Giants phase, like a Pirates phase, White Sox. I love the Marlins when they actually had the Marlin logo on there.
yeah,
So like
yeah,
so
yeah.
many of the different ones. But now I'm like when I look at hats, I'm like, oh, like starting to think about like different colorways and really appreciating the creativity aspect of it.
for sure, for sure. But all right, man, you've been really gracious with your time.
Yeah,
Anyone who
I'm
wants to
not
call,
I'm semi-retired right now, so like if you want to keep chatting, man,
nah, you busy, man. I saw
actually
you post.
this is actually good for me. Yeah.
I saw you post an interview with DeMar DeRozan, so you got time. You still
I
be getting
don't
clients and writing for GQ and stuff.
no,
So
I miss you know, because obviously like we said, I used to pod every day. Like I don't get that space to just like talk shit for like 2 hours now, man.
yeah,
So
banter
but
pods.
yeah, no, but honestly, super appreciated, you know, appreciate the opportunity to do this, and I hope we can connect, whether it's on this platform or something else.
For sure, for sure. So anyone who wants to cop any of Alex's hats right now, proimagesport.com, search Leon. They're available right now. So hopefully you guys cop. If you're in Canada and want assistance in doing that, you're going to need to sign up for a VPN and a PO box. But other than that, yeah, this was an honor to do this with you. It's really awesome to kind of share in this experience and give you your first taste of designing world and kind of introduce you to the subculture of the hat world. So my pleasure doing that, and forever grateful for you even spending the time. So until next time, Alex and Leon, we're out of here. Peace.
Brought to you by VFTV.